Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Final segment with Daniel Sunjata, known best for his starring roles in Rescue Me, a lot of other TV programs as well. Really nice guy, big guy, man. He's like 7 feet tall. Nice guy to meet in person. He was there when I got arrested by the police, basically at the orders of Fox News. You know, Daniel, I don't know how many of these clips you've seen, but there are probably 100 of them where they say the same thing: arrest us, taser us, put us in camps, we're dangerous, we're going to be dangerous. There's no doubt it's a talking point. They don't just come up with this out of nothing. They're told to go with this. And I wonder what it's like to be these MSNBC people and Fox people and even CNN people like Glenn Beck. I mean, they're all smart. They've got to know they've sided with evil.
They have to know. They have to know, and I don't understand how they can look themselves in the mirror, how they can sleep at night. I mean, look, I can't even be on Rescue Me representing firefighters and know what I know and not speak out. For them to intentionally put out lies, for them to intentionally put out disinformation and misinformation, knowing where this country is headed, I mean, I don't know what kind of deals they've signed with the devil, but these people, I mean, they've got some serious answering to do to their creator when their lives are said and done. That's all. That's one thing I know for sure. And just let me say, Alex, you know, I remember the night that you got arrested while we were protesting, and we peacefully marched over. I'm going to say Luke Rudkowski and the We Are Change crew in New York City. They handled themselves so peacefully and so professionally. I mean, we got in a single file line. We marched over there. We marched from, I don't know, Rockefeller Center or wherever it was you got arrested, peacefully marched over to the police precinct where they were holding you. We stood on the other side of the street without obstructing traffic, against the wall so that people could use the sidewalk. The police officer stood there laughing and kind of talking to Luke. He had a great rapport with the officers in the city, who, by the way, the police officers and the firefighters, they all know 9/11 was an inside job. They knew that they had arrested you basically, because you didn't have an ID. It's not that you really did anything wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know, because we were bullhorning without a permit, but we had to take that opportunity. I mean, it was just that, they left themselves wide open there. But I just simply say all this to say that, nothing that we have done indicates any kind of violent tendencies on the part of 9/11 Truth. As a matter of fact, it's totally the opposite.
Well, Daniel, you're right, though. You're right. But no, he basically says we are a violent group. He just lies and says it's incredible. Unbelievable. But, obviously there's an agenda. Obviously there's a reason why he's saying that. Let me just say, tell another story here real quick, Alex. Recently I did a play, with Jennifer Garner and Kevin Kline on Broadway called Cyrano de Bergerac, and I was being interviewed by the New York Times. It was ostensibly about my participation in the play. I wore an Investigate 9/11 t-shirt during the interview, hoping that the interviewer would take the bait and ask me about the t-shirt, and she did. It just so happened she was informed about my views on 9/11, and we ended up spending about 45 minutes of an hour-and-a-half interview talking specifically about 9/11. I made sure that I spoke in a way that they could not edit me into obscurity. I made good points. I gave references. She was engaged in the conversation, and I got the impression that she was enjoying the conversation that we were having. And lo and behold, wouldn't you know, the interview got killed. And I know it wasn't, yes, there was a strike on Broadway at that time. That's when Broadway went dark for about 3 weeks, and so our show was down. That's the excuse that the New York Times gave for killing the article. But my intuition tells me, and I just know, that the reason why they killed that interview was because of the 9/11 content that was in the interview and the fact that I didn't speak in a stumbling, stupid way about it. I spoke like somebody who was informed, who had done their homework, and they couldn't, as I said before, edit me into obscurity, and so they just chose to kill the article. Well, that brings me to the next point. I hope they would take the bait and maybe have you on one of these Fox News shows to debate them.
Oh, I'd be happy to. They certainly could choose. You know what? Yes, I wish they would take the bait, thinking that they could get a stupid actor to come on TV that they could make look stupid, make look dumb like the.
Well, you're anything but stupid, so.
Well, thank you for that, Alex.
But they're pretty dumb themselves. I mean, the sophomoric, mindless level that they're at on these TV shows.
It really is. I mean, they're speaking to the lowest common denominator. They're really just not. There's nothing mind expanding about about the news that they choose to report. They'd much rather focus on Britney Spears getting out of a limo without any panties on. Meanwhile, they're ignoring former FBI and CIA officials who are saying 9/11 was an inside job, or we need to have a real investigation. I mean, come on. How can you even compare the newsworthiness of those two stories?
Daniel, do you have a personal website or a place people can just go check out your thoughts by themselves?
I don't yet, Alex, but I'm going to get on that. I do have my domain names reserved, and I'm going to go ahead and build websites. And it's not going to be any kind of a shrine to Daniel Sunjata. I'll tell you that. You'd probably be hard pressed to find anything about me personally, but I'm going to definitely. I'm going to try to make. I'm going to use InfoWars as my model.
Well, thank you, Daniel. Daniel, let me get you back up in the near future, and not just once a year. I want to talk to you soon again, okay?
Sure, man. Thank you for having me on, Alex.
Oh, thank you for your courage, and thanks for marching with us. We'll be right back.